snapping up that really miraculous catch to get rid of Asif and turning this game in favour of his own team.
Now, quite a few years, way back to 1978. It's a Prudential one-day match, the second in the series. It's being played at Old Trafford, and these were the teams to take the field. Those who are actually playing in this current test match at Trent Bridge: Graham Gooch, David Gower and Philippe Edmonds for England. For New Zealand, John Wright, Bruce Edgar and Richard Hadley. Well, at Old Trafford, Mike Brearley won the toss. It was a delightful day, and we pick it up now with Richard Collins coming in to bowl. He's bowling to Graham Gooch, and it's the second ball of the second over.
That's a fine stop. And Gooch in a lot of trouble here. The throw was accurate, it was, and poor Gooch, after that magnificent 90s, run out without opening his account. So it's a sensational start here at Old Trafford. And typical there of the game of cricket. But, Richard Collins, of course, vastly experienced New Zealand bowler. He's taken more wickets in Test match cricket than any other New Zealand bowler. Nicely placed again by Radley. Right over the top of it, and this outfield looked pretty quick here this morning, racing away through to the pavilion boundary. Clive Radley has moved quite sharply onto 9.
Nice piece of placing. One of the best pieces of timing we've seen from Brearley. Before that boundary, he had only 9 singles. That's a fine shot. That's 2 strokes through that point area when Collins was all on foot all the over-pitch side, and then that one was much too short a delivery for this type of cricket. And that one got up sharply. Really starting off with a square cut and just got a gentle little top edge. And Bracewell quite deservedly picks up his first wicket in international cricket. Just reward for this youngster.
That's a good shot. Radley launching into that, finding the gap there between cover and middle. And this fast outfield again doing its work for Clive Radley. The crowd has been building up here ever since early morning. That's more like a girl we know. Radley's piece of timing, flick of the wrist, and away she goes for 4. Short, it's hooked away. So successive boundaries to David Gower, who's come to terms from this first over of Lance Cairns. The pitch ball driven firmly through, and the short one hooked away nicely. And another over-pitch ball. 2 half volleys and a short one. London being kept very busy there, but he's no hope of cutting that off. So the big crowd here now, which has developed into a very handsome one indeed, applauding the stroke play of this young Leicester batsman. And again, beautiful piece of judgment in that run in by Radley. Single to him brings up the 100. 100 coming up in the 29th over, and this is a good start for England. There's a nice full toss to get on 49. And they go giving chase, but it's beating him all the way. Racing through for 4 runs, which takes Clive Radley on to 53.
That's the century partnership for Radley and Gower. And a good one too. Gower started off in less decisive fashion than usual, but he's got some good-looking shots. Super shot. It wasn't all that short. And it takes Gower on to a really good half-century. Total just one short of the 150 mark. And it's a fine shot. Very quick judgment of length. Well, Gower's out, and I think it was half sacrifice and half justice there. He was the one who called. You may well have heard the shout, "Run, run." And it was David Gower who called, and then with Radley not quite sure where the ball had gone, Gower was past him and quite possibly deliberately past. Splendid innings for 62. For 50 from David Gower, with Clive Radley 64 not out.
I'm still trying to get a little bit of shine on the ball, hoping to swing it, but there's been very little sign of any ball moving much at all today. Coming up. And he bowls a full half volley to Randall, who pushes it firmly, not hard, but firmly enough to get past quite a close-in mid-on there. Bev Congdon, who dived and couldn't quite retrieve it, and it went away for 4 runs.
And that's 4 good runs to Eric Randall. Made no mistake at all there. 7 overs remain, 198 for 3, Radley on 92. And Radley fairly certain to be on 94 here. So 200 comes up for England in the 49th over. Hadley, Congdon, Anderson and Collins. A couple of characters there together. The character of the England side and certainly the character of the New Zealand side is Jock Edwards, the Melbourne-like figure who keeps wicket and enjoys his cricket just as much as Colin did. Radley facing now. And chopped away, and Randall's come through exceedingly well. He made the 100 there for Radley. So up goes the bat, and Clive Radley has done it again. What a good innings this has been. Full of good shots, full of improvisation, and he really is a top-class limited over cricketer. Limited over cricketer not. He made 100 in the Test match at Birmingham against Pakistan, and he's gone through here to 109 fours in it, 187 minutes, and he's only received 127 balls. Going to be safe. Is it over the top? And it's over the top of the fence. A lovely straight hit there from Randall. It's back to our game. Collins, the fielder, takes it on the first bounce. Randall's turning for the second, and he's out. He hasn't made it this time. Chances arm, good work there by Richard College. Full marks for the fielder. Picked it up, an excellent return, but lovely little innings there from Derek Randall. He revelled in this sort of situation. And he finally goes, would you believe it, run out for 41. So 3 Englishmen run out in this innings, only 4 men out. Really the only one to fall to a bowler. And there's a standing applause for Derek Randall. Two to Bolton. And the applause for the 250 to 51 for England in the 54th over. So the last over is Hadley to bowl it, first of all to Bolton. And it's on the leg side, and again it's 4 runs. Well, now everybody going back. Nobody within 60 yards of the 2 batsmen, the keeper and the bowler. Well, it's not going to make any difference. They could do with a few more back, because both of them are fairly lashed up to extra cover before. Again, he's picked that up, hoisted it away square. Is it gone for 6? Just short, 4 runs. Well, some little time since Richard Hadley's had this sort of treatment. Safe, I fancy. We'll go through to the boundary. Howarth very gently under it. They walk 2 runs. Score goes on to 270, and that's another record in the books. That's the highest score made by any side in Prudential Trophy cricket. And that's in the air. It's safe again. And what a time both of them had. He's finished it off with a 6 over square leg. Radley thinks it's the end of the over, but that no ball means there's a final ball to go. Well, he was a little short the last time for 6, but he made absolutely certain this time. This time, yes, safely caught. Edgar takes a catch right on the ring side. It ends a tremendous day's, or rather afternoon's cricket here by England. 22 came off that last Richard Hadley over before both of them finally fell for 34. in there for no time at all, but here's a man who's made it all possible for England, Clive Radley, who came in without a run on the board when Gooch was run out for naught. He's carried his bat through for a truly magnificent undefeated 117.
22 off the last over from Ian Botham, 57 off the last 4 overs bowled, 97 off the last 10. Not only was the total a record for Prudential Trophy matches, Clive Radley's splendid 117 not out, made in 3.5 hours, was the highest by an English batsman in these games. Now, at least 2 of the New Zealand bowlers won't thank us too much for revealing their returns, but the 18-year-old Bracewell and that sprightly veteran Congdon came out with very respectable figures. Lance Cairns, who had 4 for 5 in 9 balls at Scarborough, was now plastered for 84 in 11 overs, and that was a different sort of record. So, New Zealand faced the daunting task of making 279 at something over 5 runs and over, and even on this good pitch, they needed a solid start. We're picking up their story, 44 for no wicket, and it's Ian Botham bowling to John Wright.
Bowled him. That came back just between bat and pad. Might just have got an inside edge, I suppose, but good piece of bowling. First blood to Botham and England, 44 for 1. And Wright is out, bowled Botham for 30. No inside edge there. That came back a fraction in the air and kept on going after pitching.
That's edge wide of slip. It'll race through on this fast outfield for 4 runs. They're never quite to the pitch of the ball, and no possible chance there for Braley. It's a pleasant enough shot. Everything right about that from Bruce Edgar. And he just got his foot right to the pitch of the ball, leant into it quite delightfully. No need to hit the ball with a great deal of power on this outfield here today. Foot nicely there and stroked it through the offside. That's another good shot. Applauded by the batsman Howarth at the other end. So it seems these two have had a word. They've got the message. It's hit cleanly and well over the top of mid-off. And Lever can't do anything about it. Howarth demonstrated here too that he's willing to hit the bowler in the air and placing it nicely over the top of mid-off. So now Miller will go back onto the mid-off or long-off boundary. And a beautiful bit of stumping again by Taylor. Howarth overbalancing there, and in a flash, Bob Taylor had removed those bails. Howarth goes, stump Taylor, bowled Edmonds 4-12, and New Zealand lose their second wicket with 80 on the board. Very seldom that Bob Taylor misses anything behind there. This down the leg side, looking to push it away, catch it on the full toss. He did only eventually move that back foot, but it was sufficient for Taylor. So Miller to resume at the Warwick Road end with the mid-on pushback. So deep square, deep mid-wicket, under long on. Edwards keen to get after it, and he's run him out. Well, it really wasn't Edwards' fault. Young Bruce Edgar should have been looking there to take the quick single. Ball quickly by Edwards. He's very upset about it, obviously, because this young lad had played quite well. So a run out for 31. It's a little forward push here by Edgar. Bruce calling him, and he's a little slow to set off. Just hesitated there for a fraction of a second. Gooch picking the ball up and hitting the wicket direct. So So both these batsmen now having to start from scratch. 80-3. And the field already pushed well back for Jock Edwards. Long off, long on, mid-wicket, square leg, all back on the fence. And that's beaten everything. Batsman, wicket keeper. And that'll go straight through for 4 byes. There's a Burley customer. Compared quite a few people to Colin Milburn. Don't know whether he's yet had the success at this sort of level that Colin had, but he's got similar ideas and intentions when he's out there with a bat in his hand. And he's gone very simply and very easily. There's a gift wicket there to Jeff Miller. There's a lucky bowler, and he bowled a good length ball there, which really Edwards had no hope at all of making anything of. So it's all happened in the last 15 minutes for New Zealand, who are going along sweetly, somewhat slowly, trying to force it in the middle there and losing 3 wickets in rapid succession. Wallace to Burgess. He's out, caught behind. It's a good bowling change by Burley. And a very bad shot there from the New Zealand captain. Absolutely no need at all to play at that ball, wide outside the off stump. So no joy for him at Scarborough, and even less joy here. So another man on his way back without troubling the scorers. Skied, it's in the air, it's a simple catch, Gower under it, and it's a wicket for Miller. So New Zealand tossing away the wickets left, right and centre here. Abortive swing there by Hadley against a little bit of spin, outside edge, and a gently lob catch to Gower.
Willis, the fieldsman, at third man. And for those viewers who weren't with us earlier, there was a warning issued to Clive Radley in the course of making his 117 not out, issued by Dickie Baird, the umpire at the bowler's end, that Radley was running down the line of the stumps. And that's the spot where he was running, and it's produced another wicket. Perhaps not entirely due to the pitch, but certainly the ball spun a lot. Congdon was trying to hit away on the leg side, ball pitching around leg stump, and it finished up being taken at point by Derek Randall. Congdon is out. Caught Randall, bowled Edmonds for 2, and New Zealand now 88 for 7. Good shot. And 4 more. Ball just reaching the boundary line, 4 signalled by umpire Barry Mayer. It's a good hit. That word, that came right off the meat of the bat. And what a delight. Graham Gooch has a second chance to take a catch and does it safely this time. Richard Collins, tremendous miss, caught it long off by Gooch, running around almost a straight hit. John Lever is the wicket taker, and it's 133 for 8 in the 39th over. Well, there's 6 of them. What a good hit that was. So now he's gone to 48 from 36 balls. He has 5 deliveries in which to make another 2 runs to notch the fastest 50 in the history of Prudential Trophy matches. And he's done it with the most beautiful little shot off the toes into the pavilion for 6. And that is the fastest half-century ever in the history of these games from 1972 until today. 37 balls it took him, beating the previous best by Clive Lloyd and Vivian Richards, those two great West Indian players. Ian Botham's under it, quite safe, well judged, although he may have lost it early on in the crowd. And that is the end of the New Zealand innings with John Parker not batting. Lance Cairns out, caught Botham, bowled Edmonds for 60.
And that really robust performance by Lance Cairns, very much to the liking of a full house here. Everybody revelling in a tail-ender, slamming the bowling to all parts, and much needed too, because 6 wickets had been slid away for only 8 runs. New Zealand will be disappointed with this batting performance. John Parker didn't go into bat, he had a back strain. And all in all, the England bowlers didn't come out of that onslaught at all badly, not even Phil Edmonds, in spite of those 2 successive 6s. Slow left-hander finished with 3 for 39.
Well, that was a splendid game for England and a victory for them in that Prudential series of 1978 by 2-0. Clive Radley was the man of the match and also the England man of the series. For New Zealand, Lance Cairns was the man of the series. So a little bit of triumph there for England and some very good cricket from them.